it was an elder down there that I usually
Yeah,
talk.
I read about it. What he told me.
Yeah, yeah. He's like 86, 86 years old.
Yeah.
He does the he's the one that takes you through the house.
Did he know King or something personally?
I think he knew King's wife. I think he knew Coretta. I think he mentioned that.
Oh, okay.
I think he went to school. Oh yeah, I think he went to school with Coretta. Yeah, but talking to him gave me a lot of clarity today. I'm like, okay, yeah, because this going back and forth stuff, this going back and forth stuff is really it's irritating. Because no matter how much you try to be someplace and your heart is just not here,
Right.
and you looking around like I was telling you not too long ago, they don't have a strong economy, and you practically work yourself towards a grave,
Right.
pretty much. So it's really nothing out here. So after talking, and see, he didn't even tell me, he didn't tell me to stay or leave. It's just that what he was telling me, I got it. And when I was leaving, I'm like, it's just I don't feel like I belong here. I don't fit in here at all. You know, I just don't. It's like I feel like I'm a foreigner. It's a trip because it's almost like everybody speak English. You can understand what everybody's saying, and everybody can understand you English wise, but intellectually, it's like
Right.
you
They're
in
a bunch of idiots.
yeah, yeah, it's like you in a foreign land. So it's like no matter how many people you're gonna get to know out here, you're always gonna feel like you're the only person here, because there's really nobody who you can really talk to or really open up to. And it's not that you feel as though you need that. It just would be nice if you did meet someone where you and them can go back and forth.
Right.
But it's not like that out here. It's like it's just a bunch of idiots out here. I don't know, for talking to him today, it it just made perfect sense. You know, you have to continue to move forward. You can't go back. You know, if once you go back home, get you a new job at a new place and just move forward.
Right.
Don't go there with the intention on going back to any place, because for some reason I felt today when I was on my way home that the universe is kind of funny about that. See, because life is forward motion. You should move forward instead of trying to go back to things. Just move forward. And if the
Right.
opportunity is there, and if you just so happen to be in need at the present time, go for it. That's survival mode right there. That's the survival mode. You know. Because from what Steven was telling me, he said you came out here to die, Dave. He said that's why you came out here. You came out here to be killed. And he said she killed you, bro. She killed you. He said, but
Yeah.
that was necessary.
Yeah. Down to live.
Hmm. Yep. He said just it was a learning experience. You gotta grow from it, because it's just really just a bunch of black people out here, and that's it. I mean it's the that's pretty much the only way that I can explain Atlanta. And tell you the truth, that's the common explanation or description of Atlanta. It's just a bunch of black folks out here, Chocolate City, and that's it. That's all it is. It's just a city that's predominantly black. You know, And then when you ask them, okay, is that it? I mean, what's going on in Atlanta? And then the only thing that they can do is point to the very small handful of celebrities who got money. Yeah, fine. Those are less than a handful of people. But what's going on out there? What are the people doing out there? Not doing anything. Even the people who are working, that's pretty much all they doing. There's no expansion out here. Like I was telling you, there's no union, nothing's going on. You,
Right.
so and when I was coming home, I definitely am grateful that all of this had to happen because I was a mess before I left Vegas, man. I was very angry, and sometimes you just have to get away from a place for a little while, and die to all of that stuff, and then just go back with a clear head, a clear heart, and just move forward. Cause believe
Right.
me, man, I learned a whole lot to being out here. It was a very humbling experience, and like I always mention, being an introvert anyway, that's a lot. That's a lot on a person. And then when you are an extreme introvert, that people have a problem with that, and then you really can't relax because even though you are off to yourself, you still can't relax because it's tension. There's always tension in the air because you know that these people want you to open up and you're just not interested in opening up.
Right.
You just you don't. It's not that you just don't like opening. It's a combination of a lot of things. I've come to understand. You don't like opening up because when you do, you are misunderstood, and so you are an introvert not only because of that, it's your nature to be an introvert.
Right.
So by it being your nature to be a reclusive type person and a person off to yourself simply because you love your own company, it's not that you don't like people. It's just that you enjoy your own company. And then when you um, offer to let people in due to the fact that these people perceive you as different, then they misunderstand you and they don't get you. And then when you try to explain yourself to them, they interject and talk over you, and or they don't listen to you fully. They listen to you halfway, and then they interject and they conclude on a false analysis.
Yeah, that's because they never wanted to understand in the first place.
Right. And so you standing there, you're trying, because most introverts are real, respectable, and polite people, regardless. And so it's not like we're gonna throw our hand up and say, "Hold on for a minute, that's not what I meant." Because when you do that, then it's still a problem. So it's like no matter what you say, no matter what you do, it's a problem. And you know what people going to have to understand is that when you're dealing with introverts, they feel as though when someone opens up to you, that's gonna increase. It's not gonna increase because when an introvert opens up to you, after all of that is over, I think I told you about this before. There's always gonna be some regret there because they don't really like opening up to people because they are always misunderstood. So you'll never get that opportunity again.
Right.
So they're gonna close up to you even more so now, and then that's gonna make you seem more extreme. So it's like when you like this, you can't win, and then when you perceive it as you just can't win, it irritates you because you ain't trying to challenge nobody in the first damn place. You just being yourself, and you just want to be left the hell alone.
Yeah. It's an interesting I don't know if the word dichotomy, but I know what you were trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
It's no different than trying to get through to somebody that's a narcissist. You can't do it. They don't want to understand.
Mm-mm.
It's only one person can feel. So it's like, man, to hell with it. You ain't that's a battle that's not worth fighting.
Yeah. It's a trip, you know. And then you got people who try to tell you if you was honest at a certain point, you know, the reason why, you know, you outthought the counselor because you wasn't telling her the truth. How the fuck you know who I was telling the truth to or not? I mean, who's going to offer themselves to be counseled and then sit in front of somebody and tell them lies?
Right.
Who's going to do that? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And who is anybody else listening to someone tell them I talked to a counselor? What in the world would make you say to a person like that that they was lying when they was talking to the counselor? Why would you? How the hell can you say that to somebody? You know, and I sit there and I listen to people out here. I look at folks out here. I said, boy, these niggas out here are stone trip.
Right.
And like Deshaun was telling me the other night, you know, he said, Dad, don't even worry about the ups and downs, you know, with the slow season. You know, I was just telling him, I said, you know what, Deshaun, that way of thinking, I'm just gonna totally just, I'm not even gonna think that way no more. You know,
Because all it does is cause suffering.
yeah, because you know, I'm going to think. Of course, I'm going to think realistically, but all at the same time, I'm not going to respond the way that I used to no more. You know, and that's the results of being crushed somewhere. See, because you come all the way out here, you know, because you remember when you said in Las Vegas, all you want is some peace. You know, I got a good job, got a nice place, but I don't have no peace. You know, number one, because you're dealing with all these women. Okay, well, look, I got a real good lesson for you. I'm gonna crush all that out of your life. I'm gonna bring somebody into your life that's gonna make you give up your money and your place, and it's gonna be a woman. You're gonna give up everything for this thing.
You call that a thing.
Yeah. And then when you get out there, it's all gonna blow up in your face. I'm gonna teach you about women. You're gonna lose everything, and I'm gonna teach your ass about women. So when all of that is crushed, when you are crushed in all of that area, when you get back here, you gonna know what to do then. You definitely gonna know how to handle yourself now, because you know a whole lot of the things that I was doing out there, I definitely wouldn't do it no more.
Right. David, do you think they gonna send out a second stimulus package? They've been talking about it. I don't know if you've been keeping up with that.
Yeah, I heard that they're gonna send out another one, but it's something behind all of that, man.
Yeah, because some people saying the big agenda, and I know. Ever since they have started doing this, this country has become more communistic. You know, because
Mhm.
in communism, it's kind of like how they do it. It's socialistic, and that's not a good thing in the long term.
Mm-mm. And it's also making people more dependable and more um, submissive to the government, because people
Yep.
are thinking that the government is actually looking out for them. This government ain't looking out for you. You better study politics,
Yep.
because it sounds like to me you didn't already fell for it,
Right.
because you actually think the government is looking out for you. The government ain't looking out for you, but they sure as hell got you believing that.
And another, they said because of the stimulus, they said that the government giving out so much money and printing so much money like never before is also working towards crashing the dollar. You know, I don't know if you heard that too.
Well,
What it makes
they've been working on doing that anyway, because they want to put everybody on these cards.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. IRS now they starting to pay people now with prepaid cards. So you might, if you don't get it done through direct deposit, you might get it through a card that they send you in the mail.
Yeah.
You started doing that a few days ago. I don't know if you knew that. So I'm telling you now.
You talking about the stimulus check, right?
Yeah. So you might receive it on the card.
Yeah. I mean, they've been trying to make this a cashless society ever since 1996.
And this is definitely happening. I know at some stores, or at least around here, they wasn't even accepting cash.
Yeah.
It's getting stupid. It's getting real stupid.
Yeah. And see, that's another thing that this coronavirus pandemic is slowly conditioning people towards that area, because now people don't want to handle money no more. You see, y'all falling for it. I've been trying to tell people since 1996, the biggest weapon, one of the primary weapons that the government uses is time. They gradually and slowly maneuver you into controlling you. Because if they move too fast, you're going to see it, and you're going to be shocked, and you're going to resist it. So what do you think about this thing of Mike coming back?
Oh yeah, I saw your. I'm not happy about it.
Nah, me neither.
I'm the same way you do. I'm like him and Van need to sit down. Somebody Van der Sound like, man, y'all need to sit y'all behinds down and just enjoy your money. I don't know why. I know you said you feel like Mike might be unraveling or whatever. It's possible. You know him. I don't know him like that.
You remember when I was telling you that Evander had went to Cleveland not too long ago? And see, he had went to Cleveland. And I asked his nephew, I'm like, he ain't out there talking to Don King, is he? He said, why you ask that? I said, because Don King lives in Cleveland. Why would he be going to Cleveland? He said, I don't know. Now, just all of a sudden, this comeback, Mike Tyson, and now Holyfield is talking about a third fight with Mike Tyson. Mike is talking about it. And then you've got this new stadium being built in Las Vegas. You got a Mike Tyson coming back. You got Vegas done lost billions of dollars. And so they've got this stadium coming. The Raiders is done moved out there. And a Mike Tyson. Vegas is about to get all their money back. So I'm saying to myself, I'm calling Mike's phone. I done called Mike 12 times and left damn near 12, 13 times telling him to call me back. I'm like, okay, I'm thinking, well, did Vegas offer to pay off your government, what you owe for the government in exchange for you being a money draw to Las Vegas to pull them out of the hole that they're in? Did they say, we'll pull you out of your hole if you help us pull ourselves out of our hole? And everything works in tandem together with that. You know, that's what I want to ask them.
Right. Hold on. Hold on. Well, nah, you ain't got it. I'll call her back later. What you saying, though?
Yeah, I was wondering, you know, because, see, Mike had owed the government $50 million.
So I thought he was supposed to pay that off.
Yeah, I know. And so I wanted to see, well, how much more does he have to pay off? You know, I was just curious. Why are you going back to fighting, man? You've come too far.
Yeah, it's like going back to your vomit, man. I agree.
Yeah, and it's like he said, I don't like the guy. That guy's destructive. That guy wants me dead. That guy wants me to destroy my family. And then at the same time, Mike is telling you himself in a whole lot of his interviews, when things start going good for him, sometimes he self-sabotages his life. Is that what you're doing right now? So,
do you think he'll ever kill that part of himself?
Huh?
You think he'll ever kill that part of himself, that self-destructive quality?
Do I think what?
Do you think that Mike could ever eliminate that part of himself?
I don't know, and that's what I'm curious about. And today when I was on my way home, I'm on the train thinking to myself, my mind went back to me telling Mike, I don't want to be out there like that. I just want to be the friend behind the scenes and stuff like that. I'm sitting there thinking about that. I'm like, wow, maybe I should have been a little bit more closer and more active in his life, because now, due to the fact that I wasn't as active with everybody, it seems like everybody who was active are getting ready to get back involved, and the guy who just wanted to be in the back, he's not in Las Vegas no more, even though he's on his way back. He done pretty much started fading away. And I feel like, if I ain't boasting, but I feel like if he need a friend, if he ever needed a friend like me, he definitely need me around now.
Right.
But I'm unavailable right now, and so I was really feeling bad about that today. I'm like, damn, maybe I should have allowed him to bring me a little bit more in, because he wanted to. But I told Mike, I said, no, I'm good. I said, I'm not the entourage type. I'm the friend that, you know, that's in the background. I think about that, and I'm like, damn, because that's why he pulled me to the side that night at his birthday party privately, and thanked me for being his friend. But damn, it's almost, I don't know, man. It's considering what's going on right now, and as long as I haven't talked to him, it almost seems like that whole moment right there between him and I didn't even happen. It feels like it didn't even happen now.
Yeah. I hate to hear that though.
Yeah, but you remember when I was telling you sometimes people just fade out of your life?
Yeah.
Because actually that night when he took me up there, I said to myself, "Oh well, this gonna be it. He's gonna break the friendship off." Because some celebrities do that, because he told me that himself. He said some celebrities, when they know that they're going down a dark path that they can't control, sometimes they end friendships because they don't want to take good people down that path with them. And I felt like
Right.
when he pulled me to the side that night, that was going to be one of the moments, you know. But he kept me around, and then time started widening and stuff like that. I think it really started with him when he and Monica, the nurse, broke up.
Uh huh.
That's when me and Mike started getting a little bit more further apart. And I'm like, wow. So, dude, you done come way too far. I mean, you've got your head together. You did this toad thing. You got your cannabis business going on in Las Vegas and Palm Springs, California. You got your family. You got a good woman. You got your son doing humanitarian work. You got your daughter getting ready to have a tennis career and all of that. Man, you up on top of the world right now. Why don't you just be still? Be
Right.
still. You know, because that old saying, Josh, where they say what goes up must come down.
Yeah, that platitude.
But if you look at that, and if you really pay attention to that, the reason why it must come down is because you're not being stationary. You're not stopping. You have to go up and recognize that you can't go any further. And when you recognize you can't go any further, you don't necessarily have to go down. You just be still and just be grateful where you're at.
Right.
And you can actually stay there.
You can stay at the top.
You can stay at the top. And see, that goes back to what Spike told me the first time him and I talked, and I always talk about it. He said, you have to know when enough is enough. He said, not enough celebrities Understand that. He said you have to know when enough is enough. He said not enough of them know that they
Do you plan on ever talking to Spike again?
it would be nice, but you know I could see it happening. Actually, once I get back home, I can see a lot of things happening. You know, because my head is in a whole nother place now, Josh. Really, I mean it's really in a whole nother place right now. I feel a whole lot more confident now, and it's not because of me missing home or anything like that. I just feel like there's nothing I can't accomplish now. Nothing, nothing.
Right.
So my whole outlook and my whole attitude is totally different now. You know, because before I was speaking to you from a person who was beat up. You know, my spirit was beat up. Oh man, I'm tired of going through this. These Mexicans, these Mexicans. I don't even think like that no more.
Right.
And see, and that comes from being crushed. That's why Brother Hans Brandt said he said you see things clearly after you've been crushed. And so whether Salam realizes it or not, that's pretty much what she was used for. She was used for me to be crushed. And so that's why I said on the video that I was speaking to her because Salam looks at my videos. I could pretty much tell. And that's why I was saying in the video that she helped me. I was speaking basically speaking to her that she helped me um, through that purification period. And so I told her, I said, I'm grateful to you, and whatever the universe has for your reward, I wish you the best. And I really feel like that. I didn't feel like that last week because I was angry at her, you know. But I realized that I was only angry at Salam at what she did because of what the people around me right now are doing, you know, and their attitudes by them not accepting me for who and what I am, and that train of thought is understood, but not intelligent because she done already did what she did. She's going on about her business, and you know everything that you're going through right now with these people in particular, she has nothing to do with that. I mean, she set up the environment, but as far as what's going on between how these people are treating you now, you can't involve her in that.
Right.
You can't. You know, so you have to let that go, and you have to wish her well, and just leave it be, move forward. So that's a part of um, the results of being crushed. You know, that whole mentality is being crushed out of you. You know, it's a whole another way of thinking now. So when I go back to Las Vegas, once I get back home, I'm gonna be in a totally different state of mind. Totally.
Right. You're gonna be in a Dharma Sala state of mind.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Because it's a whole lot that's going to be going on out there, and as long as I feel as though getting mine is um, a challenge. I'm challenging these Mexicans, man. Don't even think like that no more. Just do what you got to do to get yours going about your business.
Yeah, you don't need that war, me versus them type of thing going. Not right now.
No, no, not ever. All of that's dead. You just gotta
Well, yeah, yeah.
go out there, be responsible, get what you need in order to get things going, and that's it. You're not up against nobody. Nobody's up against you. Get rid of that way of thinking. That's been crushed, bro. That's been crushed. This is the reason why you had to lose everything, everything, materialistically. So when you go back, you have to start out fresh with a fresh mind, and this called having a new start. Everything has to start from fertile ground, a whole different way of thinking, because of the fact that things are new now.